What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Crease Central. We are back
We're
finally.
back
It feels
forever,
great.
man.
Yeah, it's been a while. Both of our schedules got
We're back
fucked
on
up.
we are back on the day of free agency eve too.
Let's go. Yep.
We're gonna be
Feels
doing a
great.
lot of talk today, mostly about upcoming free agents, and we're gonna talk about the Talbot trade that happened earlier.
Yeah, and maybe
So
some
the
more
return
trades. We'll see.
for Minnesota was pretty lackluster there, to be honest.
We'll get to that. I'm not gonna lie. This episode reminds me of, I think, the third episode we did. That was right before the day of the season, where we were just predicting things. Hopefully, a lot of this now. A lot of talk about free agents, and who knows? Maybe we got some trades breaking mid-recording, or
And I don't really think that's gonna happen. But
okay,
as of a minute ago, by the way, on our time, Elliot Friedman has to announce that Johnny Gaudreau will be testing free agency. So,
I think this is the perfect segue to get started. Johnny Gaudreau.
Johnny Gaudreau.
We're getting started. That's it.
I have three teams who I think are going to be really in on him.
Okay.
New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York Islanders.
New York Islanders. Okay.
Apparently, the Islanders have had interest in him, and they do have a decent amount of cap space. I'm looking at cap friendly right now.
Okay, well, let me pull up cap friendly as well. Okay,
Yeah.
so the thing is, I've definitely heard about like Philly and New Jersey, and those make
Yeah,
sense.
of course. That's his home. The New Jersey is his home state. Philly's his childhood team.
Yeah. So yeah, those two make sense. To me, I might be spoiling some of my later predictions, but to me, New Jersey and Philly, one of them is getting Johnny Gaudreau, the other one's getting Nasam Cadre. I don't know which is which.
I think if NJ fails on Gaudreau, I have another player that I'm going to project later. But I think if NJ fails on Gaudreau, they're going to go after this other guy.
Okay. Also, do you have the list of the top free agents, or should I open it?
If you go on cap friendly under players, it should say free agents.
Okay.
Right there.
What about? I know we've been thinking about like the whole connection, but I'm looking at just teams that have cap space.
Apparently it's heavily rumored that he's going to want to go back to the East Coast.
What about a team like Carolina? They have 19 million in cap space.
The issue is, I don't think they're going to want him. I mean, they have so many players that are going to need extensions, like Seth Jarvis, and I don't think he's just like a fit there in Carolina, you know?
What about team that needs scoring? Columbus Blue Jackets. That's not really East Coast.
They already have line. If they need scoring, they have line A.
But well, I mean, Gaudreau's always been more of a passer. You need someone to set up line A.
Here's why I think that Gaudreau is coming to New Jersey. Why in the hell would he want to go to Philadelphia? I mean, let's be realistic here. It's his home team, yes. But does he really want to play under John Tortorella, a coach who's known for being against skilled players?
Most likely not, but yeah, I think New Jersey ultimately makes the most sense for Gaudreau, and it'll be.
I mean, he goes to New Jersey, it extends his chances of winning a cup through many more years since we're so young. Like, if you go to New Jersey, you know you're not going to win next year, but
if you go to Philly, you're not going to win ever.
But you're not going to win next year, New Jersey. But throughout your career, 4 or 5 years, you're going to be in a powerhouse team.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
He gets to play along a superstar center in Jack Hughes.
Yeah,
who has this almost the same crafty, skilled playing style as him.
Yeah, both are small forwards.
Yeah.
But yeah,
all fast, elusive forwards that you really want on your team.
Yeah, I've always noticed that with Gaudreau, his main skill has always been his stick handling and his maneuvering, and I think on a fun young team like New Jersey that would fit in great. And for the second straight year, the Devils would get the top free agent.
I was kind of annoyed when we didn't trade for DeBrincat, but if Fitzgerald can sign Gaudreau, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, Fitzgerald has had some questionable decisions lately. The Simone Nemec pick.
The more I think about the Mets pick, I like it more as I think about it because he's a right-handed defenseman.
How many defensemen do you fucking need?
We only have 2 right-handed defensemen in our whole system, though. That's the issue.
You have Dougie Hamilton for 6 more years.
But they're all left.
Shakir Muhammad,
Hold on. We have two right-handed defensemen in our entire system.
Who is that?
Riley Walsh, who's probably not going to make it in the NHL. Maybe as a third pairing D-man. Then we have Damon Severson.
Who's
our
gone
only
next
two right-handed defensemen.
Who's gone this year, right?
Okay. Well, he's not going to... We're still under contract for another year.
I thought it was a UFA. No?
He's still available.
Oh, I thought it was a UFA. Never mind. Okay, wait.
Any right-handed defenseman, he fits so well into our system. He's young, he's fast, he's crafty. I mean, he'll be great playing alongside Luke Hughes in the future.
Okay.
Another Seamus Casey, but I'm not going to talk about draft decisions. I'll move on from that topic right now.
Okay, I think we've spent enough time on Gaudreau, so I think we both agree New Jersey.
Yes.
Yep. All right,
Wait,
next.
What's your cap prediction, though? 10 years by $7 million?
10 years? What the fuck?
Sorry. $7 million for 10 million for 7 years.
What does this guy say? Look, I was just listening, I think yesterday to a podcast about how these crazy 13-year deals were signed and how they ruined the entire salary cap. Yeah, but yeah, you're saying 7 years. I think we'll get 7 years for sure. 10 million. I think 10's pretty steep. I'd take.
He said no to 10 million in Calgary just recently. Either that, or he's just not interested in back to Calgary.
I'd say 9 to 9.5 tops. No,
I'd be willing to pay 10 million for him.
No, to me, here's the thing. If I were a GM, I would not offer Gaudreau a long-term contract because he has one amazing year, then he has one terrible year, then back to an amazing year. I just can't read him. I'd give him a bridge deal, but obviously in his position right now, he wouldn't accept a bridge deal.
I want to move on to the next guy. I think.
So yeah, 7 years by.
Just going off order here, Evgeny Malkin.
So is he actually leaving Pittsburgh? Has he made it clear that he's testing the open market?
They can't afford him, and I don't think he's coming.
What do you mean they can't afford him? They have how much? 10 million in cap space, and they already signed Raquel.
Who?
Penguins.
I mean, let's be realistic here. There are 14 hours and
15. It says it right here.
15 hours until free agency opens up.
Well,
I think most of the extensions are going to be basically done at this point. I think basically we can make our predictions.
I remember, though, last year, Gabriel Landeskog, he signed his extension literally the night before. And then on the day, Martinez and Tyson Barrie got their extensions. So,
but I think we can still make our predictions. So I'm guessing you think he comes back?
I'm saying I'm surprised he's not. But, no, I think he's gone, and I've heard rumors about Washington. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
That would be funny.
No, I'm not lying. I'm not just saying this to say it.
I've heard it too, but that would be funny if you went to Washington.
Yeah, with Ovi and Malkin, you can't tell if they're friends or if they hate each other.
I think New York is a under the radar candidate. I've heard a bunch about him going to New York recently.
Islanders or Rangers?
Rangers.
I mean, they have 10 million in cap space.
He could easily play along on side of his fellow countryman Artemi Panarin.
Yeah, but I mean, they still need to resign Kako. Looks like Kopp and Strome are gone.
He could easily slot in that spot where Strome sits.
I don't hate it.
I mean, he needs someone good to play next to Artemi Panarin.
Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah, or...
all for Strome to the Rangers?
You mean Malkin?
Yeah, Malkin to the Rangers. Strome's already on the Rangers.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Alright,
So, yeah.
You good? Alright,
Why?
Just get a little more in frame. Okay,
sorry.
perfect. There we go. Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, what's the contract guess?
That's $6.5 million for 4 years.
Yeah, so he wants at least 4. He said that, right?
He only wants 4?
No, he said that I think he rejected a
4 years,
3-year deal, so he wants at least 4.
I mean, for older guys, more term than it is, just getting a contract. Like, you don't want money, you want term.
Yeah, so I think 4 years, $7 million, because he's still good.
He's probably like around 6 if he's getting 4 years. Because don't forget,
Yeah.
how long is he gonna be good for? You know,
Not for long, and he has injury problems. Yeah, no more than 6.5. But I think
no more than 4 years for sure.
Of course. All right.
Next player I think we can talk about on the list would be Subban.
PK Subban.
Going off previous cap hit right now on Cap Friendly, just so you know.
Number 1 player.
Number 1 player, PK Subban.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Subban. Toronto, New Jersey, I think those are the top 2 contenders.
You said you would never have him back.
I think I hate him so much just because of how much money he was making.
Okay. I
mean, like $3 million a year for like 2 years.
Yeah, I was thinking.
A veteran, experienced defenseman teaching our younger players. Really wouldn't mind that.
No, I think he wants to go to a big city though, because.
I mean, New York is like 30 minutes away from New York City. He's not and that's probably like the biggest market team he can go to.
No, I would.
Biggest market city he can. For his brand, living in New York is so good for him, you know?
So maybe he signs with... No, Rangers wouldn't sign him.
That's why I'm saying he goes back to New Jersey, because it's so close to the city.
I would think that he wants to come home to Toronto.
That's another big possibility, but the question is, does Toronto want to pay him?
Well, I mean, how much could he be making?
3?
Yeah, my guess would be 3 years by $2 million.
Thinking more like the other way around, $3 million by 2 years.
No. I don't know. I think he comes home to Toronto if they can't afford him. I'd like to see maybe him back in Montreal, but I think that relationship has been soured.
I also heard someone throwing out the name, I know you're not going to like this, but Washington.
Why?
I don't know where it came from. I don't know why, but I guess since they don't really have many top D-men.
Bro, Subban is literally...
Top.
What? You're bad at defense? Let's get this defensive liability.
Let's pull up his player card here.
Okay, yeah, because we do have that.
Yeah, we have the JFresh player cards all pulled up, and if maybe, I'm not sure if Sander is able to do this, but maybe he can put that up on screen.
Let me try.
Just take a screenshot and kind of just insert it on.
Okay, I could try.
Actually, no, we could probably do that for all the players, to be honest. That's a lot of work, but...
Alright, there's...
KC, man. Like, he's not... Don't make me eat my words, but, like, please don't make me eat my words. Wait, I'm on forwards, hold up. The thing I don't like about this website is how goddamn slow it is. Are you editing it?
Yeah.
See, you got this ready? Let's see, what is he? Typing it in?
Yep, PK Subban, 40%.
Yeah, he's not awful, you know?
Yeah, that's actually pretty
Contract was awful.
Alright, let me see if I can
Can't
put
I
up
see it
the...
for some reason? I can't see it.
Alright, let me see if I can put up the... What's it called? The player card. Yeah, this might take some time, so can you just fill it up with talking about Subban?
I mean, why don't you... Yeah, Subban!
Okay.
Not a number 1 D... And he's a third pairing D-man. Like, a good third pairing D-man, you know? He's old, he's experienced, he had a Norris Trophy once in his career. And if you're trying to teach, especially like younger players like on New Jersey, if you're trying to teach them, he's the perfect guy to have around in your locker room. You know, he's a good leader, very inspirational off the ice as well.
Right, I got it.
He's a great person.
Yeah.
I think anyone can argue that he's a great person. I mean, he just won the King Clancy, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's always been a very charitable guy.
Yeah, very charitable. He's great for your city if you want to bring him in.
I've never seen
A
you
hard
talk
guy
about
to actually hate, you know?
Yeah, I've never seen you talk about him like this. It's always
That's
traffic
because he's
code.
not on a $9 million contract
It's always
anymore,
traffic code. Useless.
The issue with Subban is he's a good defenseman.
But
If
he's
he
not
makes
good
a
at
mistake-
defense.
He's a good defenseman, but if he makes a mistake, you notice it.
Yeah. I'm true. Alright, so yeah, I do have his, what's it called?
He's
His
prone
card
to irritable
on the
mistakes.
screen. Okay.
Okay.
Alright,
There will be Claude Giroux.
Claude Giroux. I think, so we both agree Ottawa, right?
Ottawa is a very good contender for him, yes.
Yeah, so let me...
Do you like him to Ottawa? We can do PK Subban's projection. Let's say 3 years by $2 million, or 2 years by $3 million.
Yeah,
One of those
somewhere
two.
in that range.
Alright, next player will be Claude Giroux, like I just said.
Yeah, I have his card pulled up.
Right?
Yeah, I'm good.
He's a 91%, still a great player even for his veteran age. Again, he's another player who will most likely be looking for term this offseason instead of money.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna... Actually, I'm
He's
really not sure if he
34.
goes to Ottawa just because of the whole, you know...
Ottawa's been really active lately, and I think...
Yeah, they did just get Talbot and DeBrincat, but I don't think
wanna-
that's really enough to push them over the edge just
Do we want
yet.
to talk about the trade now with Talbot?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, if you haven't heard yet, the Minnesota Wild traded Cam Talbot to Ottawa in exchange for Alexander Gustafsson.
1-for-1.
1 for 1, yes.
So
Gustafsson, decent goalie, did decent with Ottawa this year. Talbot
I've
was
talked
mad
this
about
on-
the Fleury trade. Or the
Yeah.
Fleury extension, so you guys wanted a trade.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've
I'm not
talked
really
to
too
some-
experienced on Gustafsson, so
I've
you're gonna
talked
have
to
to
some
fill in there.
Sens fans, and they think that they lost that deal. They think that Gustafsson is the future, but I think for some reason, even though I don't really get it, but I think Ottawa is going for it now, and then Minnesota is recouping for the future.
I'll be honest, I don't like that trade for either team. I think Minnesota's better off going for now, and Ottawa's better off slowing down.
Yeah.
Like, they're maybe a good team. Like, they just got to DeBrincat, but, like, you look at the roster, we can all agree they're not going to win anything, like, major this year.
No.
They might, like, qualify for the playoffs.
They might be a wild card team this year. Well, I don't know.
Like,
It's
they're
tough
not,
to be-
they're not, like, Stanley Cup contenders. Like, I feel like trading for Talbot just, lessens your cup contending time.
Yeah.
Oh, we need a goalie who can develop, especially with your younger team. Looking at Ottawa on Cap Friendly.
No, but
Or,
looking at it from
Ottawa's
Minnesota's
competitors.
perspective, I love the tandem of Fleury and Gustafsson.
That's perfect sense because Gustafsson can play backup.
Yeah,
Which I think that is a really good deal for them.
yeah, I think
Average age is, where does it say that? 26.7. A very young team.
that's pretty.
Most of their players are still developing at what they're gonna be, like, their prime yet.
Yeah,
I don't
think
see why they would try and rush their rebuild right now and then, like,
you don't.
imagine, like, you know what? Look at the Oilers, right? They kind of rushed in. Got Mike Smith, who was a good goalie at the time. Now they don't have a single good goalie. And,
Yeah, so
like,
has
all their
Smith-
stars are in their primes.
Has Smith officially retired yet?
I don't know.
No, I think
All their
he's-
good goalies,
He's on LTIR.
all their goalies are, like, bad, and all their players, like, their stars, like McDavid, Draisaitl, are all in their prime right now.
Yeah. No, for me, if Minnesota only had Talbot and he was their starter, that trade does not make sense. But I think because they have Fleury, they don't want to be Vegas again, where it's Fleury and Leonard.
And then also, when Fleury retires, Fleury can mentor Gustafsson. Gustafsson can, like, go take over the reins when Fleury's done, like, 2 years.
Yeah. So Fleury's extension was 1 year or how much?
I don't remember.
I can check 1 sec. Okay. I can check real
Tweet
quick.
from Darren Drager here, by the way. Another Flame hits the market. Nikita Zadorov will test free agency.
Oh, wow.
And another tweet by Drager. Also interesting, the Oilers back and forth with Evander Kane continues. Kane will go to the market, but they're having discussions between the two sides.
Oh, yeah, so Fleury signed a 2-year extension. Oh, shit, I just realized I clicked off the player card.
2 years, so I think that's going to take him to the end of his career. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and then I think maybe second
You
year
can hope
Gustafsson
that
takes over.
Gustafsson will probably be able to take over the reins by then. He'll probably be good enough to take over.
I think, so here's what's going to happen. This year, it's going to be Fleury the starter, Gustafsson the backup. Next year, they're going to be a 50-50, and then after that, Fleury retires.
Fleury's going to retire,
or maybe go for one more year as a backup, and then by that time, Gustafsson will be the full-time starter. Now that we discussed it, I love this trade for Minnesota.
Yeah. Now I understand why, Ottawa Senators fans were so mad about it. This is a great trade for Minnesota, thinking about, talking it through.
But here,
right now, Talbot is the better player, hands down.
But I know we'll get to Kadri, but it's how people talk about how the Leafs got destroyed in that Kadri trade, which they did, but if you think about it, Kadri wouldn't have been what he is with Toronto if he stayed there. Same thing here. If Gustafsson stayed in Ottawa, the situation wouldn't have been as good as it is with him in Minnesota, because they don't have a Marc-Andre Fleury.
This isn't the same argument, but Devils fans always say we should have drafted Cale Makar. No. Have you seen how bad we've been with the developing defensemen? Look at Damon Severson for us. He didn't develop.
I think, yeah.
I don't know what happens if you put him on a different team.
That somehow, yeah, I think that's actually a fair point, where you can't just look at someone in one situation and be like, in this situation, he would have performed the same exact way, because no, he wouldn't have.
Look at Valery Nichushkin.
Yep, exactly.
He's with Dallas, gets bought out, goes to Colorado, boom, skyrockets. He's now making $6 million a year.
For 7 years.
He was never going to get that if he stays in Dallas,
Yeah. I agree.
I think when people talk about trades, they have to analyze the other side. Same thing if the player requests a trade. It instantly devalues them. So you can't exactly look at it the same way.
Yeah, I agree. I think people often have that issue when looking at a trade, where it's they look at someone and say he's in a good situation, but they fail to realize that this trade had to have been made, otherwise this player would have never unlocked this potential.
I mean, literally just last year, look at Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah.
Who didn't do good with New York, and then bang, goes and plays under a coach.
His last year,
who's able to control him, like Rod Brindamore.
No, his last year, no. I actually think that's a good argument, because his last year he was so good in New York, but then the next season he obviously started throwing his tantrums, and I feel like if he stayed in New York, he wouldn't have been,
good.
Yeah, he just wouldn't have been able to behave the way he is in Carolina, because if
Rod
that straw
Brindamore
did not break, if that never happened, he would have never learned. And I think that getting kicked out of New York, that showed him, and he wouldn't have
not just that, but also playing under Rod Brindamore, who's definitely a more disciplined coach.
I mean, have you seen?
It's great for him because he's able to control how he acts.
Yeah.
I would pay money to see a camera inside the Philadelphia locker room and see what the Tortorella D'Angelo conversations look like.
Ew.
That's gonna be amazing.
Wait, have you seen the tweets from D'Angelo where they pulled up his Instagram post or something from many
where he
years
said
ago?
fuck Philly or whatever it was.
Yeah. And then they put it side by side to his post right now, where it's it's been my dream my whole life to play for Philly. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
Great.
That's actually another trade that happened. I don't know. Are we gonna get into the draft day trades?
I don't really think we really need to get into those. I mean,
but I'm gonna just mention, why the fuck did Philly make that trade? You could have had it a week later.
You know what? I guess we can bring up two major trades right now. Two players the two goalies got traded, Ville Husso and Vitek Vanacek.
And Matt
Both
Murray.
of them are currently one was an RFA, one still is an RFA.
No, Husso
So
was
gets
his
traded
UFA.
to Detroit and gets signed, which is one big goalie off the market.
No,
And actually, he was a UFA. My
yeah,
bad.
it was a
Sorry.
UFA. That's what made it even worse.
Always forget that he wasn't a rookie.
Yeah, so I think the price was steep, but the fact that they locked him up makes sense. Like, you gotta remember, sometimes teams trade for UFAs and then don't sign them. Do you remember that last year?
Remember that Mrazek trade or Bernier trade last year?
That's exactly what I was
Don't forget,
just
Jonathan Bernier was a Carolina Hurricane.
Yeah, and then in return, yeah, I think it was Bernier and a third for Nedeljkovic. And then
Which was a horrible trade.
Somehow Carolina won that. I have no idea.
Not really. I mean, because in the end, Nedeljkovic is still playing. So.
Yes, but he was shit this year.
So. Then again, you know who didn't play almost a single game this year? Jonathan Bernier.
No, also trading Nedeljkovic allowed them to sign Freddie and Ronta, who have been really good this year. So somehow...
Freddie was... I think the main issue with playing in Toronto as a goalie is just the immense pressure that's on you. You know? Like, the Toronto media is, like, ruthless with
the problem with Freddie was always that he would, like, fail in the most crucial moments, which seems like a direct problem of playing with the Toronto media.
Yeah. Like, you feel and you hear about it, it's like, then it's in your head, you're done.
Yeah.
Alright, so I feel like we should probably move on to the next player, though.
Alright. Who is it?
Got off on a rabbit hole there.
Yep.
Shit, we never even predicted where we think that, Giroux is going. Shit.
We agreed Ottawa. This is where this whole conversation...
Never mind, I forgot. That's where that whole tangent started.
Yeah, that we agreed it was Ottawa. But, where, what's the contract looking like?
I think, like Malkin, 6 years, $4 million.
4?
4 years, $6 million.
Oh, 4 years, $6 million. I could see him getting around like 7, maybe 7.5.
Okay. It depends how long does like, I think Ottawa, I don't like it for Ottawa. Like, I don't know why Giroux would do it. I don't know why Ottawa would do it, but I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Alright,
like,
who's our next player?
It only makes Ottawa older and only makes Giroux less likely to win a cup.
But
Okay, next player anyway.
Yeah, who is the next player?
The Thrill. Oh.
Yeah, we're also gonna have to get to like some people that aren't making a lot that we probably won't get to if we just go by order and cap hit. But
we're gonna skip some of these players like Nick Leddy, Anton Strawman, Louis Eriksson.
No, we will not skip Louis Eriksson.
Alex Radulov, and there's a bunch of RFAs we also get to skip over too. So
okay, so who'd you say?
Kessel.
Fill the throw Kessel, 10%. That's awful.
I think he stays in Arizona.
Yeah, I think he likes it there.
Or he goes to New York because that's where they do the Nathan's hot dog eating competition every year.
Could you see him maybe going back to like Toronto?
I don't think Toronto would like a good fit for him now, though. You know.
Well,
I think the perfect place for him is Arizona.
Yeah, I think Arizona is the best fit. He likes. Yeah, I don't think he'd go back to Toronto because the media...
I don't think he's, like, cup hunting right now. I mean, he already has 2 cups.
He should have had at least 1 Conn Smythe. Unfortunately, didn't get it. But, you know, I think he likes playing in Arizona. He likes being the low-profile guy, so... I think, what's the contract looking like?
$1 million for 2 years, or $2 million 2 years. In 2 years, 1.5. Somewhere in that 1 to 2 range.
I could see him getting up to $3 million.
We just said, like, he's a 10% on the card, though, you know?
No, but look at his...
I mean, look at that power play percentage. 1%.
Exactly.
And he's in the bottom percent on all power plays. He doesn't play defense.
Isn't he a power play specialist, though?
Clearly not according to this thing. I mean...
No, if you look at his offense is still decent. It's his defense that's just shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's about all he really has going for him, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Arizona needs someone to put them above the salary cap floor. So I think that extra $1 million won't hurt them.
That Phil Kessel went from playing in one of the toughest markets in the world to playing in a college stadium, possibly, is hilarious, I gotta say.
I agree.
Alright. Like, let's not let's just move on to the next player. Crease Bergeron. Forgot he existed.
Yeah, there's no way he's leaving Boston.
Yeah.
Crease Bergeron, 90.
Let's just say Boston and move on, right?
Look at that chart.
Let's speed past it. Just
Wait, but look at this chart. That's an elite chart.
I mean, look, his EV defense and his power play are both great.
And just look at those graphs where it just goes up as he gets older. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, his WAR is going down as he gets older, but...
Yeah. But yeah,
Like,
I
it's
think...
not, like, dramatically decreasing. 37, he's gonna take a drop-off soon. Probably,
I think...
say 4 years, $6 million for him again.
No, he's a 1 year
7?
deal. He's taking 1 year. 1 year.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, it's pretty...
He does want to retire soon, doesn't he?
Yes, I'm pretty certain he's taking 1 year.
Yeah, so 1 year, 6-7 million.
I could see him...
But if he does that, he's probably gonna want to like be on more of a team-friendly deal in his last year, though.
He's been on a team-friendly deal his whole career, so maybe they just pay him for his one last year, and then he rides off into the sunset.
Like, it's his last year. He's gonna want to probably try and go for that one last hurrah, one last cup. I think if he stays on a team-friendly deal, he's more likely to get that. So yeah. I think he goes team-friendly.
I think he'll take the same exact cap hit that he had in his old contract. Which
That also wouldn't surprise me. 6.875 with the, and I'll get a full no movement clause as well.
Of course, he's Crease Bergeron.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way he's going.
Accepting the team-friendly deal in exchange for a full no movement is fair.
Yeah, and he's.
Our next player we'll get to will be. You still want to comment on this?
Yeah, he said he'll be made a lifelong Bruin. He'll retire. He'll have his jersey retired, and just one last chance.
All right, next player, Andre Palat.
Andre Palat. So is it confirmed that he's heading to free agency?
Pretty much. I mean, he hasn't resigned yet. I think it's fair to comment on it. So, I think.
Whoa. 76. Really?
Good player.
He's a good. Yeah.
I thought some news just broke.
No, I'm just.
God, you just tricked me. Alright, so
76.
Hold on. I have a take on Andre Palat.
Okay, let's hear.
Remember earlier when I was saying if NJ doesn't get Gaudreau, they go for another guy in particular. This is that guy. I think if NJ doesn't get Gaudreau, then Palat's a perfect fit for them.
I don't hate it. I definitely.
He's
don't
good
hate
offense. He has some decent defense. Good finishing. Power play's a little lackluster.
But
a pretty good all-around player.
But the thing about Palat is just he's a dog. He goes into the corners. He does the hard work. That's the main thing about Palat.
You look at his chart, his WAR percentile rank. He's very consistent.
Yeah, he's one of the more consistent players in the league. I'm surprised
he doesn't have like these great years. Like you're not expecting like a great breakout year. You're not expecting a bad down year.
Yeah, and
expecting a consistent, good player, and I think that's perfect for New Jersey if they do not get Gaudreau.
I think.
Your opinion?
Yeah, I think a good comparable would maybe be Zach Hyman. Would you agree with that?
I mean, Zach Hyman's a great comparison there.
Yeah, where he's like a hardworking guy. He can complement superstars good, and if he plays on a line with I don't know Hughes and Holtz, or whoever will be on.
He'll probably play on a line with Hughes, Mercer, Hughes, and Sharangovich, whoever they decide to go with at the top.
Well, I mean, ideally in a few years, that first line will be Hughes. Holtz.
I don't think Holtz ever does make the first. I think him with Fischer and Bratt's a way better fit for him. Alexander Holtz.
Okay. No, but okay.
The all Euro line, you know.
Okay.
I don't think he's like a fully top line superstar. Like I think if we drafted Slavkovsky, he'd take the top line, but I don't know how that turned out.
But yeah, no, I think a first line of Hughes, Palat, and Mercer, like two highly skilled guys. In Hughes and Mercer.
Wait, let's see what Mercer is on the list. By the way, see if it loads.
Okay, I can look it up quickly. It'll be on the screen. You got it?
Mercer, I have it. I'm on the same card as you guys.
Okay. Oh yeah, you could just edit mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Mercer. All right. Oh, shit.
What?
Didn't prove my point. Did it come up on your screen yet?
No. Wait, let me see. Oh.
Let's pull up the other guy that I like. My guy, Igor Sharangovich. 81%.
What? How is he that much better than Mercer?
I mean, he's good. The thing I like about Sharangovich is he complements Hughes very well.
Okay. Yeah,
Like, he plays great with Hughes.
That's why you're getting a guy like Palat, because you want complementary players.
The issue is, I don't think people realize that they say, like, Sharangovich on the third line. He doesn't play on the third line. Like, what he does well, like, great, is complement your stars.
Okay.
Makes your stars stand out.
No, I agree.
No?
Yeah, Palat to New Jersey. I actually like that. I didn't think about that, but I like it.
Another team I heard, I think, was Detroit. Sure, I heard.
Wait, a team like Detroit should be in on everybody.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
I think New Jersey, again, if they don't sign Gaudreau, then Palat's not coming here, but...
Yeah, I could see them signing both. They have the cap space.
I don't really think they need both, though, because they need one to play on the top line.
Okay. But yeah, what's the
I think they go with the top line of Gaudreau, Hughes, and Palat, so...
What's the contract looking like for you?
So we're in the 5 to 6 range. Let's say 5.5 for 5.
Yeah. For the cap hit, my guess was 5.5. And then for the years, I think he wants term.
I think 5 years is perfect term for him, though. It takes him to 36. It's the perfect term for both him and the team he goes to.
What if he just goes 5 by 5?
Oh, I think that extra 0.5 just sounds really good. 5.5 by 5 is just too good.
Well, no, I think that he'll take that. All right.
Next person would be... We want to talk about Max Domi?
No, we have better guys.
Nino Niederreiter.
No.
Another player that I think if the Devils don't get him or Palat, Gaudreau or Palat...
Let me look up those two players quickly. Max Domi, 31%. Okay. And then Nino Niederreiter.
I think we can skip over Domi, though. He's not going to do too hot.
Nino is 84%.
A great player, except he didn't have that very down year. He's a really highly skilled offensive player, one of the top in the league. Not too hot on power plays and not good on penalties. If the Devils don't get him, there are 3 guys. Gaudreau, I think there are 3 guys the Devils go after, and this is another one of the 2.
Okay. So, who else is after Nino Niederreiter?
He confirmed he's not staying in... I think they did confirm that. Yeah, they did confirm that a while ago. Another team I think can possibly go after him, Detroit, obviously, they're going after
everyone. Like I said, teams like New Jersey, Detroit, Ottawa, they should be in on everybody.
I think Ottawa's going to sign someone, but I think it's going to be a defense.
They need a defenseman.
Yeah.
Alright, who's next on the list?
Next player?
Yep.
Let's talk about Riley Smith. You want to talk about him?
He signed an extension.
Oh, he did?
I could have sworn I saw he signed an extension.
Really? Look at that.
Why, does Cap Friendly say he's a UFA? Because if they do that...
And they're usually very fast to update that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, it was a while ago, too.
Riley Smith.
No, says he's still
I mean, he's an under-the-radar, low-key, chippy, grindy player.
Yeah,
I think.
I've seen New York.
I don't really watch a lot of Vegas, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him staying in Vegas. I think, I don't know, maybe a good fit for him. Let me, pull up his... You pulling up his stature, or should I do it?
Yeah, so Frank Saravalli reported on this June 23rd. And he says, sounds like the verbal agreement Riley Smith has with Vegas is in the neighborhood of 3 years by $5 million.
Okay, so I guess let's say he signed... I mean, I guess he hasn't fully signed it yet, but...
Yeah, this is
3 years, $5 million.
By Frank Saravalli.
Let's just say he stays in Vegas, then.
No, but if this was reported on June 23rd, and then still they haven't updated it, then, I don't know.
They're behind. Next player, I guess. Andre Burakovsky. This is finally fills out the trifecta I was talking about if the Devils don't get Gaudreau.
Okay. Want me to pull up his
Very
card?
good fit for New Jersey, I think. I'm sorry, I know I keep talking about New Jersey, but I
No,
know
they
they're
have
really
depth
searching
space.
for a winger. I think Andre Burakovsky could be that guy.
Burakovsky.
92%.
Yeah.
Horrible
Burakovsky.
defense, horrible power play. He has great finishing, a great goals per 60, and a great assist 1 per 60.
Yeah. I've always liked Burakovsky. I think he's a very good second line player.
According
Detroit.
to this, his time on ice is a third line. Detroit, that's a great fit for him, I would think.
I think, yeah, he'd be good with a guy like Raymond, Verana, Larkin. He'll be great with guys.
Another potential team I think could go after him is I can't think of anyone really, but
I don't know. For me, it's just always Detroit, New Jersey, Ottawa,
maybe
Columbus.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. They should be in on everybody too. You need guys.
I think
that can
Seattle is
score.
gonna actually. No, I'm gonna leave this for later, but
Okay.
let's
Who's the next guy?
see
But
here.
yeah, wait. Let's do contract.
Vinnie Protiak,
Wait. How much money you think Burakovsky will get?
6 years. Sorry, 6 million.
Fair. By about 6 years, because he's
6 by 6.
yeah.
Sixes. He's gonna get sixes. All right. Next player will be Vinnie Protiak.
That's such a hard guy to gauge because he's so inconsistent.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good depth center.
Ooh.
Reminds me a lot of, like, say, a Blake Coleman.
Wait. Don't pull it
Example?
up. Guess what his percentage is.
39, I saw. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of on the thing at the same time.
You wouldn't have guessed it though.
Oh. I was probably going to say somewhere around 50, to be honest.
I would have guessed in the
But,
80s.
by the way, am I still in camera on the thing or no?
Yeah. You're good.
But kind of, like, not sure. Since
Yeah.
I can't see.
If you were way off, I would have
I mean,
told you.
he has a good offense, great on the power play. I think he'd be a great fit for a team who needs, like, a second-line center. Possibly a New York Rangers-esque team. Maybe
I was
Philly.
thinking, you just mentioned Seattle. They need a good center.
I think if the Rangers don't go after Malkin and they still need a second-line center, I think Vinnie Trocheck's a decent fit for him.
He's like a Swiss Army.
Look at his assist 1 per 60. It's a 72%. He's top 72% he's top 28 in the league percent.
It's pretty
I think
good.
he's a great player who can complement Panarin. I think New York is a great fit for him.
Yeah, he's like one of those players that could really do it all.
Yeah, like he's like he's good. He's great. If he isn't, he's just look at his chart. 25% in 2020, up to like about 88 in 2021, and then back down in 2022.
Yeah.
He's not consistent. That's the only issue. That's the only gripe I have with him.
And in his lack of consistency will be the perfect replacement for Ryan Strome.
So, okay, now this one. We have to give a
You're out of
contract
frame.
now.
You're out of frame.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Who did you
Let's
want to
talk
move on to?
about contract. Let's say 4 million, maybe 4.5.
Yeah, around there.
Let's say I'm gonna say he goes to the Rangers for $5 million a year for 4 years.
And that's only in case if they don't sign Malkin.
Yes.
All right. Who
back.
did you want to move on to? You sounding excited about this player?
Yes. Nasam Cadre.
Ooh. Mr.
Fits for him, and I think he's either gonna go to Seattle.
Wait, are you seeing
to
this
Detroit.
percentage?
74. Yeah, he's not that good. He's overrated.
Still, he just had one of the best offensive seasons, like, in just this year in general.
Yeah.
I don't know
he's
why.
great on the power play. He has a great assist 1 per 60.
His defense has never been great, but
I think he's going to get overpaid this offseason, though. I think
For
he's
sure.
going to get around 8-9 million. I think that's way too much. Just
I
look
think
at his
he's
charts.
gonna
It's way too inconsistent.
he's gonna get 8 million, I think, for 7 years. But okay, looks like Zach's dogs are in.
Yep. All right, so
Both of them or just one?
just one.
Oh, that.
2 years. Sorry. Wait. Well, hold on. We're on Cadre. He's 74%. Great power play. Great offense. Great assists. Kind of inconsistent.
Yeah.
So next player.
All right, we're good.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Family just got home.
Oh damn. All right, who's the
Next
next
player? Never even predicted our team. Shit. Yeah,
Philly.
like I said,
Philly.
going to Detroit, Philly, or Seattle.
Agreed. I think Philly's the
I think
front runner.
I think it's like a 1/3 chance of any of those teams.
I think Philly, they do everything wrong at the wrong time. They're gonna overpay someone, and Nasam Cadre is gonna get overpaid by someone. It's a natural fit.
I listen to stuff like SDPN and stuff, and like they like, man, for a living, I swear.
They what?
Holy shit! Like they're sucking this every chance they get.
Yeah, they're big fans of Nas.
He's overrated though. Like he had one great season, and he's gonna get massively overpaid.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think you can compare that to
Who?
more extreme version of David Clarkson.
And
He had a great. He's gonna have a great. He had a great year. He's gonna get overpaid.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's a natural fit of a team that has to overpay someone every year, and a player who has to get overpaid by someone.
It's either gonna be them, Philly, or Detroit. Sorry, them, Seattle, or Detroit. Seattle might do them because they're looking for a star player.
And they need a new face of the franchise.
Yeah. And they're gonna make the wrong mistake of making that Nasam Cadre.
Yeah. All right, next player, who we got?
Let's see, we have Darcy Kemper.
Ooh, I need to go to the goalie card. There we go.
Right. Would have said New Jersey if we didn't get Vitek Vanacek.
Oh, I heard Washington.
Ottawa?
I heard a lot of Washington.
Ottawa, Washington, and maybe Edmonton.
Could you see Dallas?
No, wait. Why am I saying Ottawa? They just got Talbot.
Yeah, definitely Ottawa. Dallas?
Dallas? No, they had Ottinger. Remember?
Who's gonna? All right. Nah, I was thinking as like a backup, but he wants to be a starter.
If he just won the Stanley Cup, he can be a starter.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be one of just had Ottawa. No. I think it'd be Washington or Edmonton.
Edmonton is getting either Kemper or Campbell, who we'll probably talk about next. Now that we're on goalies.
We're not on goalies. If you were just searching by cap hit.
Okay. But yeah, I think Edmonton's getting one of either Kemper or Campbell. Who else needs a goalie? Columbus? Nah, they have Merzlikins. He's gonna be the starter. Who else needs a goalie?
I really can't think of anyone who really desperately needs a starter right now.
I mean, Toronto, but like...
They just got Murray. Do they really want to roll with like $12 million worth of goaltenders or something like that?
Where's
$10 million
from?
worth. Well, oh yeah, because I forgot they retained.
Murray's making around 4.5 or something.
4.5, and then Kemper's gonna probably ask for around 6, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So that's around $10.5 million locked up in 2 aging goaltenders. One who has not been consistent, and one who played on a great team, which is hard to gauge.
Huh. Could it be? Nah. I was thinking, what if Seattle took one overrated Colorado goalie, and then the next year took another overrated Colorado goalie?
Colorado?
Yeah. Because they got
Grubauer
last year.
Grubauer, my bad.
Yeah, but...
Forgot he existed, to be honest. Him and Chris Drieger.
Yeah. If they didn't have Drieger, then it would have made more sense. But yeah, I think everyone's got their goalie. So I don't really.
Besides Edmonton or Washington, he's going to one of those two.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Prediction for salary: $6 million for.
Wait. Have you thought about what about the Sharks? I just thought of that. What about the Sharks?
They could. I think if they want to, they could do it, but it would be a stupid move, as they're a team who should really be tearing down right now.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
Ooh. So let's say $6 million probably.
Yeah. Okay.
We had to pull up his goalie card too. I forgot.
No, I haven't pulled up.
96%, but like, I think that's heavily overrated by the Colorado players.
I agree. All right, who is next?
Ryan Strome.
Alright, Ryan Strome, let me see.
I have not a clue where this man could go.
Anywhere where he can hit the empty net.
Like, I think most teams would be interested in the second line. It's like a second high end.
54%, motherfucker.
Like, I don't really see a team who's gonna have like a defined interest in him, you know?
I think maybe like Seattle, they need a center.
Yeah. Detroit again.
Detroit.
Maybe Ottawa?
I don't know, how much is he gonna make? I think $5 million at most.
Yeah. I mean, is it confirmed he's not gonna go back to New York?
Pretty much.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I think he's gonna be one of those players where he's gonna sign like somewhere where like no one really expects. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's a team for Ryan Strome who has like a defined, destined interest in getting him. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
For like even smaller end players like Palat, there's New Jersey who has like a good fit. You know? No, I'm sorry. I know I use New Jersey a lot, but like that's my.
Yeah.
There's for Malkin. There's New York. No.
Yeah. All right. Who is next?
There's just no fit, you know, where you... Alright, next player anyway.
Now that we're talking about Strome, should we talk about his teammate?
Well, I'm just going down the order. Let's go Josh Klingberg.
Josh Klingberg. John Klingberg.
Klingberg, my bad. Sorry, I was looking under him at Josh Manson, which is next up, by the way.
Ooh, 49%. That's... Like, really?
He's gonna get paid this year.
His defense. Look at
Sucks
that.
at defense, I mean.
But he can...
I
mean, what's a team who needs a power play quarterback?
What?
Well, looks like
What?
that is gone.
It's a lie.
But, okay, I guess I'll continue from here. I think... I think any team that might...
Seattle.
You're out of frame. What is happening to you?
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle definitely needs a power play quarterback. Who else? Well, let me try to go through.
I can't really think of anyone else who really needs a power play quarterback right now. In New Jersey, but we have Hamilton.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look. Yeah, I really can't think of one. Buffalo? Ooh.
I think he could be an underrated fit there.
Yeah, Buffalo could make sense. Montreal could make sense.
Montreal, if they move Petrie, I don't think they're gonna waste a lot of money on big team men who are kind of overpaid. I think he's gonna force the market to overpay him.
Can you see LA getting him? Maybe if they want to move on from Doughty. I mean, not like move on.
They have to trade Doughty if they want to get him. That's the issue.
There's no way they're trading Doughty, but like maybe.
I think they could afford both of them at the same time.
Ooh.
Doughty is still good. What?
Anaheim.
That could be a great.
They traded Manson. They traded.
Unless they want to try and still keep developing Amy Drysdale in that top pairing, top power play quarterback role.
What about Philly?
It's actually a great fit. They move on from They can move on from Provorov and update him into.
Look, they have all these guys, but like, can they quarterback a power play? Provorov. Ellis.
Let's look at
Provorov
here. Let's look up this
Wanna look at Provorov? All right.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Provorov.
Not great. What about? I want to see what about a guy like Ryan Ellis.
Wait, don't. He still hasn't loaded for me, dude. Slow down.
No, Provorov.
I forgot Philly had Ellis because he got injured so early in the season.
Here, why isn't Ellis on here? He's not on here.
And Ellis, you have to look up Ryan. Do you look up Ryan first?
No, Ryan Ellis isn't here. I don't know. What about?
It might be because he played so little last season that he didn't even have any registered data.
Risto.
What's it at? I can't see.
3%.
Risto. Yeah,
no,
so I
no.
think Philadelphia could make sense, and then maybe a Seattle.
Oh,
Anaheim,
yeah,
right?
just anyone who needs a power play quarterback could make sense.
Really, just a team who wants that power play guy.
Okay. So next up, you wanted Josh Manson.
Josh Manson, he's up next.
All right, I think it's pretty much confirmed he's going back to Anaheim. Yeah,
Oh, to
15%.
Anaheim for the same deal, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It says 15%, which I think he's worth more than that. He's a physical guy. He has a little bit of offensive game.
His skills don't really translate well into stats, I think, right?
Yeah, he's more like a heart and soul guy to me, and I think
like, he's the kind of guy who's not really going to convert well into your advanced stats. But
if he does come back, wouldn't this be the ideal, like just the ideal trade in general? Anaheim trades him, gets a first-round pick. Was it a first or a second?
I don't remember.
I don't know. They get a high pick back. Manson wins the Stanley Cup. He helps the Avs win the Stanley Cup, and then he goes back.
He goes back. I mean, that's a great trade for both teams.
That seems like an ideal trade for both teams.
Yeah. And we basically loaned him out for a first-round pick in that case.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, does Colorado win the Cup without Manson? Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe, but, there's no way to tell. Like, does Tampa win 2 cups without Coleman and good?
Oh, they 100% don't. To me, they 100% don't win without Coleman and Goudreau.
What about just one of them? If one of them is missing?
I don't know.
They very well could, but you have no way of knowing.
That third line was
insane. Even without them, they very well could still win the cup, but you have no way of knowing, you know?
But you do know that they were instrumental parts of them winning. That's something you do know.
I mean, Manson was pretty instrumental on...
For sure.
The top role there.
Yeah, I think he
anyway,
next
guy would be... David Perron.
David Perron. He's so interesting because some years he's actually one of the better offensive.
He's another one of those players who could be very inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't know why I just searched Perron in defense. David Perron. 84% is actually pretty good. He's still
pretty good. He's great on defense, awful on offense.
No, but
great on the power play and has a very good finishing.
No, but he's good at offense. I don't know why it says his offense is so low. Maybe he just gets carried by the power play.
Even strength offense is low.
Yeah, I think he gets carried on the power play.
EV offense means even strength.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
his power play is great. His finishing, he's a great finisher. He's met in both goals per 60 and a first assist per 60. A low penalty, which is not good. He's undisciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, solid player.
Good amount of money on a really, they're one of those players I can see any team really going after.
Yeah, I think Detroit would actually be perfect here.
True, yeah.
Detroit, Seattle, all these teams we talked about would.
But you also don't forget to also factor in age to things, which is another team that also could have a lot of money, but what about a potential Vegas return? They probably can't afford him. Never mind.
I think he could get up to $7 million.
I don't think he's getting that high. I think he's probably gonna get like 5 or 6.
Yeah, at his best, he's a 7.5 player. At his average,
he's around the 5. He's sometimes very inconsistent.
So yeah, I think they'll settle for a 6.
What about Columbus? I don't know. I'm just kind of like.
I mean, team that can't score, player that can score. Bounce out, and you're out.
Seattle. Sorry.
That's right.
Seattle's another good team for him.
Yeah, I think
pretty much it.
He's a solid second, maybe first line player.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Next up on the board is. I think we can skip over Colin Middle, or we could probably skip over Zadorov. Probably skip over Paul Stastny. I can skip over Will Butcher. Dominic Kubalik.
That's interesting. He was just nominated for the Calder, seemingly not too long ago.
Released him without a qualifying offer. It was a very weird move by Chicago, but man, I wouldn't mind seeing him go to New Jersey.
Yeah,
one of those players. He can score.
He's not that old. He's only 27.
Actually, he did take a big dip. I'm just realizing I don't want him in New Jersey anymore after seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah, look at how he started his first year, and then just slowly dips.
He's kind of slowly dipping out.
All right.
I don't know. He could probably fit well in any really team who's looking for a prospect. Maybe a Detroit. I think Detroit could probably develop him well. Maybe San Jose.
I could.
They try and go for it again.
All right. So I think around 4 million.
Yeah, and probably just any team. 4 million to any team.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Next
I think
player.
Andrew Kopp. That looks like the.
Andrew Kopp would be the next guy.
Andrew Kopp. There we go.
Had a decent year last year. I mean,
yeah, his PK is 100%.
Great. He's a player who's great on the penalty kill.
Yeah, so great. I think he's like another Swiss Army knife guy that can really do a bit of it all. And
he's a player who you want on defense for like the penalty kill and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not great finishing. His goals per 60 is a little low, but
okay. Yeah, I'm just looking
he's a good player, good depth player. They're comparable, like would be another Blake Coleman, you know, kind of thing. Barclay Goodrow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like looking through some of the guys we have left. Yeah,
Like
I think there's only 3 more names that stand out to me.
Yeah.
So let's start with Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell. Again, I think he goes to whichever team Kemper doesn't.
So I think he's only a 69%. That's odd.
Okay, that's nice. That's basically 100. Let's be realistic here.
True. But yeah, just really inconsistent. But
I mean, I think it's risky though, cause like look how he played in Toronto compared to in LA.
Yeah.
Do you want to take that risk that he's just good in one city, you know?
Yeah, it's a risk for sure, but I could get
who
him.
wants to take it?
I could see him getting up to 6 million. I think
he
5
goes to
is safe.
Okay, I think Edmonton or Washington, whichever team
Kemper
that
doesn't.
Kemper doesn't. Yeah.
So yeah, I think solid 5 million is fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Next guy.
Speaking of Washington, Ilya Samsonov, another super
Qualified?
inconsistent goalie.
Did he not get qualified? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't get qualified.
Edmonton's another team who could be on him. Maybe a Toronto.
Yeah. I just want to say Toronto.
He's a high-end backup, low-end starter, right?
He still has
Not
so
really
much potential, but I think he just lacks work ethic.
Yeah. I think he needs to find the right coach. Like the right goaltending coach, the right system to develop in.
Yeah, I agree. All right, who else did I want to take a look at? Let's see. Anyone here that's interesting? I don't know. Do we want to talk about Sonny Milano? Oh, there's one more.
Really?
No. Evander Kane.
46%, pretty good. No defense, takes a lot of penalties.
Controversial.
A lot of goals. Yeah, he's gonna be a controversial player. I think LA.
They only have like 4 to 6 million in cap space, I think.
I forgot they don't really.
Yeah, I don't know where all their money went.
Kopitar, Quick,
Yeah.
Audi.
Maybe
Philly. I think I meant Philly.
I mean, Philly isn't afraid to sign controversial guys. They just got
You know.
Tony
Him and D'Angelo on the same team would be
and
like a
Evander
sitcom, to be
Kane,
honest.
best bros for life.
I mean, D'Angelo's kind of gonna hate him because of the way he looks, but still.
It's gonna be a race. Who can get themselves canceled faster?
Yeah. Philly, maybe, I don't know. Edmonton still hasn't ruled out signing. As we did say earlier that he could potentially resign, so who knows?
There's a chance that his contract settlement is ruled invalid and he'll be forced to go back to San Jose.
Really?
Yeah, because that like what's called the settlement hasn't been like agreed upon yet.
I don't think he can go back to San Jose though. Like I don't think he ever ends up on San Jose again.
No, of course not. But like the neutral arbitrator could have determined that the contract termination was not valid, and he will be forced to go back to San Jose, well, where the GM will likely buy him out.
Yeah.
But still.
Alright, so that pretty much has to do with all the UFAs.
Yeah.
Can I get into some RFAs real quick?
Who are the top RFAs?
Well,
I'll
the ones I'm interested in are Matthew Tkachuk, Johnny Gaudreau, Pokako, and Jesper Bratt.
Okay, let's start with Kako since he'll likely get the least amount of money out of all of them.
Kako, I think around 4. I think he's gonna get a 4.5 on a bridge deal.
Okay, I can see that happening, and he's getting extended, right? No offer sheet.
Yes. Now, Jesper Bratt, I have the most experience with him. He's gonna get $6.3 million because his jersey number is 63, and it's gonna be 6 years.
Okay.
If that's gonna happen, I'm wishing it into existence. Please happen.
Okay. Solid card.
So.
And then lastly, we have Matthew Tkachuk.
Now, I think he can get offer sheeted.
I think so too.
Okay. I know this is stupid. New Jersey. Offer sheet him. Do it. Do it, New Jersey.
Ottawa. Reunite the Tkachuks.
That also would be awesome, but I don't think it happens with the Brinket now.
Bro, first line of Tkachuk.
Cut my finger.
How?
I don't know.
That's very random, but okay. But yeah, so in the major RFAs, looks like we got them done. I don't know. I think that's it. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Really, I mean, over some trade possibilities?
Oh, you want to think of a few guys who you think will be dealt this offseason?
Really, I don't really think any guys who can actually get,
Yeah,
we pretty much covered everything
anyone.
free agency wise. Hopefully everything goes well. Do we want to stream tomorrow, to be honest? No.
We'll see. I think Grab is streaming, so.
Let's talk about that later. Anyway.
But yeah,
peace. Bye. Goodbye.
Yeah. Anyway, it feels great to be back.
We're hoping to do this more often, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, depending on how active it is.
We'll see. If maybe we'll cover some topics outside of hockey. We've been thinking.
And we have
about
a bunch
that
of other ideas we could possibly do.
Yeah, we'll come up with some.
Just
fun
want to be more
segments.
active,
I remember. Remember every podcast we used to do like some fun thing at the end. I don't think we have time now, but
do something fun real quick.
But no, that's what I want to say is we'll have plenty of time to do that all off season. We're gonna have trivia. We're gonna have other fun things.
Let's do something fun later. Like we might just do a whole quiz dedicated to like Sporkle quizzes or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a ton of fun off season content coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Feels great to be back.
Too.
What'd you say?
Bring on some more guests too.
Oh, I hope we could do that. Yeah, thank you to everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.